Hello and howdy and welcome to JavaScript Girl in a .NET World. I'm your host, Alyssa Sam, and with me today I have the beautiful and amazing Sam. I'm going to mess up the side. Basu.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Sam.
Hello, people. How are you?
I keep getting this question. We need your feel on this, Sam. Are you excited? Because I just see the same face I always get. And like for a Top Gun reference, it's the only face I have, right? I feel like that's...
Yes, I am excited. And maybe we should digress. Maybe I should show you some pictures before we get.
There's pictures?
Into
oh my gosh,
things.
yes.
Show me your pictures. Yeah. All right. And also, before we start, I do have a tower fan behind me. Can you hear it? Is it bothering you? Because I can turn it off as well. Okay. All right. That's good. It's been warm here, up north. Unusually warm. But,
Must be nice. We're in the South, and it's like the end half of this week again might be like in the 60s. And I'm like, this is dumb.
No, we'll take our 60s, but it's actually been like in the upper 80s. Like it's really scorching hot. So I have been a little obsessed with grass ever since like a year and a half ago. Yeah, because like we moved into a neighborhood and everybody has beautiful lawn and ours looks like a battlefield. So I've been, working on improving the quality of the grass and the scorching heat doesn't help.
I just want a picture now of you out there battling the grass. Like,
oh, you should. I have tons of pictures. I mow like a crazy person. I have like a tiny mower, so it takes me a long time. It's like a toy mower, 13-inch. But I'm all on battery, so I don't do gas powered things. So it just takes me a long time.
Funny. At least you did. My friend, I kid you not, she was my roommate in college, and she texted me last month, and she goes, "I've upgraded to an electric mower." And I said, what were you using? And she said, just like one of the push ones that's like got metal and it spins. I'm like, what were you using?
Yeah, they're dirty, but they're powerful. But the electric ones, like some of the 18-volt batteries, those are strong batteries. They'll last you like half an hour easily. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Hey, Findle, good to see you. Yeah, show us your pics, Sam. Let's see it. I'm like, my main goal today, everybody, is to get off of preview because I'm still on preview and I'm worried that my update commands might be different than what I'm used to. And then B, make sure that I can use Telerik UI for .NET MAUI because I'm doing a demo for the product soon. And I need to make sure I can include components and run the app, things like that. It's very basic stuff,
that might
but
help.
I'm excited. It might help.
Yeah. Okay, so let's kind of unpack what happened last week. .NET MAUI has been cooking for about a year and a half now. So I remember the first preview of .NET MAUI, which is it was initially positioned as strictly an evolution of Xamarin Forms with a very mobile first mindset. You're targeting iOS and Android. The very first preview came out in March of 2021. So it's been a while. So we have had 14 previews, pretty much at a monthly cadence. 14 previews and then 3 release candidates before it's finally GA, which is in the Microsoft world, it's called general availability. I don't know if Google or Apple calls it the same. As Smabby UK, .NET MAUI is released finally. I'm installing on my new laptop. Yes, you can. Yeah,
I know. I'm like, should I have waited? Are we worried? Is it going to be hard to get off of preview? Is everyone scared?
No. It's all good. It's all good. So yeah, the runtime, the tooling, everything is pretty much done. The Mac side of thing is being worked on a little bit, but this is a big milestone, for the product team. At Microsoft, I know most of the engineers who work on it. This is a big milestone. It took them a long time to get here because there are just a lot of moving pieces. They had to depend on Visual Studio. They had to depend on the .NET team, and obviously Apple and Android, and obviously the big desktop push that is kind of the newer evolution of what MAUI stands for. It is the new cross-platform .NET runtime or framework going forward. So this was a big deal. So this came out last week, and we are sim shipping partners, so we ship like simultaneously with Microsoft. So we knew exactly the date and the time when this would come out, this blog post, and David was coordinating, and we wanted to go right after, or right with them. So we did, but I wanted to show you a little digression, a few pictures, because sometimes we talk about the technology, we don't talk about some of the people, the faces that make this work. So let me show you here. So this is the team. All right, so this is our team. Our engineering headquarters are in beautiful Sofia, Bulgaria. And this is actually not the entire team. Some of the folks were not in this picture, but this was, the day of the release. So we have our Xamarin team, and, most of these folks worked on the Xamarin team. This is Vesco, who's been the team lead for our Xamarin team for a while. Peter and Nasco is kind of our lead for a lot of the .NET MAUI stuff. This is Dan. You're going to see some of the apps that the team put together. They all write the docs. They support customers. They're an awesome team. So this is our Xamarin. This is our .NET MAUI team. And so on the day of the release, they took a picture because we brought out a little bit of a cake and some balloons in the office. And
why are there blazer colors though?
Because .NET is essentially, purple. All of .NET is purple. The .NET bot is purple, so everything is purple.
The .NET bot is purple. Okay, now, well, but like, so purple and yellow is not just Blazor; it's all of it.
No, it's all of .NET pretty much. Because if you look at where's the
stream is purple. You'll act like I know anything about why purple is here. I just thought it was pretty. Like what? I don't.
You've seen this one here, right? The mod.NET bot. So all of .NET is pretty much purple. So
okay.
Kind of naturally inherits that. So yeah, and a lot of the
but
.NET
Sam,
MAUI
do you have a .NET bot tattoo?
I don't, but maybe I should.
Maybe we'll get matching ones. That wouldn't be creepy at all.
So anyway, so that was half the team. That's in Sofia, Bulgaria, and then the rest of the half was in with me. I was the only person from the Americas, and the rest of us were in this place called Antwerp, Belgium, for a big conference called Techorama. This is cool. Rossi. Yeah, this is she's the director of software engineering for all things Jeff Fritz needs to start selling his embroidered hats. Yeah. How many tattoos do you have? Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, that was the question I should have asked you was how many .NET bot tattoos do you have? Not do you have one, right? So.
All right. So and this, by the way, is Maria. She's the PM for all of our Blazor stuff. And this man here, you never see his face. His name is Johan Krumov, and he is the product manager for Telerik UI for .NET MAUI, and the whole team has worked so hard for the last year and a half to get us to this point. And so I landed on the day off, and that was the day of the release, and we were having like team dinners. We are in a taxi, and this man just like kept on working. It takes a lot of coordination with our teams to make sure all of the bits are out. He's just determined enough to make me uncomfortable. Yeah,
we're all wondering what's going on with the guy.
This one here.
A poker chip?
It is a poker chip, yes. Because apparently, here I'll
why is it a poker chip?
It is a poker chip because this.
What is the relevance of the poker chip?
This conference was Vegas themed, right? And this is in the middle of Western Belgium, but. It was incredible to see the amount of, how people got into this. Like everything was, Vegas themed, from the stage to the swag. They had, I kid you not, 2 to 3 wedding chapels as booths. So, men and women were dressed in their, wedding attire, and you took a drawing and you got to take a picture with the bride or the groom, and then you got to send it to your, your partner to say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Yeah.
Was it so nice, like being back in person, or was it weird?
Oh, it is so nice. And I mean, we have been doing a lot of in-person shows, but Belgium has kind of had a different way of tackling the pandemic. Nobody ever was wearing a mask, and their numbers are down. They're doing okay, but it was interesting. They hadn't had this show for 2 years, and it was incredible to come back. And they had like 1,800 people. And they had some American diners in there. Alyssa, you would have loved to see, the Vegas style in the middle of the, nowhere American diners. So this was a lot of fun. And so what I was trying to show you was this man worked with me with a glass of whiskey. Really need to go through my nightstand. Was there chips in there? Yeah, so there were chips because we were giving chips away as prizes.
Like 5 hidden chocolate bars in my nightstand from Australia, and we had guests over, and I said, husband, hide the chocolate. And so that's where he hid it. So I kind of want to, I think this is going to be my new opener. What's in your nightstand? Or maybe that's too weird. Okay, anyways.
It is weird. It is weird. Okay. Yes.
Sam is like, do not ask people that question on stage.
Yeah. Yes. So yes, Robert Tables, whiskey and code. That's all could go wrong because.
Oh God.
So I reached Belgium midday, and then that was the day of the release. But it was to be at like 3 p.m. Eastern time because Microsoft folks in Redmond have to wake up and do stuff. So it was like 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern, which ended up being like 10 p.m. in Eastern Europe or Western Europe. And then after the Microsoft blog post went live, which was this one, so we had to wait for this. We couldn't go before that. All of our bits were ready, but then we had some issues with the way our SKUs were set up. So we have a blog post on all the different things we put out in the release, but there were some issues with sales and support and how ticketing would work and how documentation was all tied up together. So this man worked until like 1 a.m. that night, with the whiskey in hand, trying to get all of the bits out. And, him and me were the last people to go to bed, but it was fun because we were able to ship it out. And
yeah, that's not saying much because Sam, don't you always stay up until like 3?
Anyways? I do, but taking an Atlantic hop means you haven't slept really the night before, so it was a little rough. But we were just happy to ship it out.
An Atlantic hop. I like how you put that.
Yeah. The world is a small place if you think about it. It's just small pond we are crossing. We live in an island between Atlantic and Pacific, right? Yeah. All right. So to your point, Telerik UI for .NET MAUI is out of preview, out of and it's production ready, which also means it's commercial because Alyssa and me have kids. We got to feed our kids, As much
I want to slap a button on it, Sam. How do we slap a button on it? Come on.
Oh, we can look at buttons, and in fact, the getting started experience has gotten a lot better. We're all floating on the mantle of the planet. Yes. So this post kind of tells you everything. We have 50 plus controls, give or take, if you count all the charts and graphs. But we talk about all the things .NET MAUI was, and this is kind of a big deal. A few years down the line, new developers coming in. Sounds like nobody has been at 20 yet. I have Robert Tables. Well, maybe
you have?
No, not 28 hours, but the longest I've gone is like 19. That's like New York to Singapore. And we take I'm of Indian origin, so we'll take like New York to Mumbai, New York to Delhi. That's like a 15-hour flight. We'll take that, a couple of times a year. So I'm used to it. Yeah.
I mean, literally, do you take drugs so you are unconscious the whole time? How do you survive?
You don't want to be stuck in the back of the plane. Let me say that. So everything we do, all of our points and all of our, credit card rewards, they just all go into, trying to get us towards the front.
You're saying you're one of those people that get to lay down flat on the plane? Is that what you're saying?
Sometimes, not always. And with revenge travel, your upgrades are not clearing because everybody's just putting straight up paying for travel. So sometimes we will get lucky. Yeah, okay, Boston to St. Louis. Yeah,
that doesn't even make sense. St. Louis, Missouri. There's no
Really?
way that took 16 hours.
No.
Sorry, the logic of this does not make sense.
There was one. We're talking about sleep. There was one time where I I was in Mumbai doing a show, and then I flew into New York, and then the same day I flew into Seattle. And at that point, your body just gets like too confused as to like what time zone are you in, and you're just like, you know, operating like a zombie. But yeah, sleep is overrated. Anyways, back to .NET MAUI. Back to .NET MAUI.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is, you know, a few years down the line, people are going to take this for granted that, you know, you get components, you get a framework that just has mobile and desktop support built in. Like, but this doesn't come easy. It takes a lot of engineering from Microsoft. It takes a lot of engineering from us. I mean, if you look at something as popular as the data grid, this is the first time we have a native data grid that works seamlessly across iOS, Android, Windows, and Mac, and that takes a lot of, you know, finagling, trying to make sure it renders correctly and performance is good and so on. Yeah, we are pretty proud. There's still, you know, everyone's just getting started. Getting it out of the door is just the first step, but you know, we are there. So you know, if you want to get into this, you know, here's the product page that talks about all the things. Let me close down a couple of these things here. So this is Telerik UI for .NET MAUI. It has all of the controls that, you know, you would like to use. And
should I run this guy?
Should I run this guy? Which guy?
This guy. I just want to know if something should be running.
Yes. Who posted that? Oh,
different guy that Alyssa should run. Who should run what and when?
Yeah, just run that. Just run that. So when you do run that, it will, and I mean, based on what you have,
bad things will happen.
No. So this will do it all for you. We used to have a tool called MAUI check, which was command line. And in fact, you don't even need to do the command line stuff anymore. Like, don't be like me. Everything is now out of, you know, the preview. The IDEs work perfectly fine as well. But wait.
Should I do workload install MAUI or .NET workload update?
So if you do, and everything is sudo, by the way, so you have to do sudo .NET workload update. So that's going to update whatever existing workloads you have, and then do the install MAUI after that while we are doing this. So that's going to...
Let me show you this. So you're saying do this one first.
Yep. Do that first.
That's so weird, because I would have thought that this is like to initially get it, and then this one is to update what you have.
Yeah, but there are some workloads that are not a part of MAUI. If you want to update to all of the latest .NET workloads, you can do that. And CodeMonkey has a point, and go ahead and do that. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but you
what
don't
CodeMonkey
have to
say?
What did CodeMonkey say? You can use Visual Studio, the installer server, just fine, especially on Windows.
No, that's too scary. We don't want to freak me out. All right, we're trying to be as normal as possible, and this is very normal. I need all of you to know what I'm doing right now is normal.
All right, I'll show you some of the tooling side, which really, I mean, if you're on Windows, don't do this. Just go with Visual Studio installer. You know, we all love command line, hopefully, but it's just so much easier. Command line is scarier to me, but whatever floats your goat. Oh, you have a goat.
Floats your goat. Oh man. Oh, people are cracking me up today.
Anyways, so while yours is finishing, I'm going to switch screen again one time.
But you do think this will get me off of preview? I don't need to do some voodoo otherwise?
No, that's all. That's all you need.
What?
That's all you need.
Excellent.
Yeah. Yep, so that's all you need. And the official version, and I will show terminal, but you know, you don't have to. But this is the SDK you want to be on. If I do this, it's 6.0.300. This is the version of the .NET, runtime that you want to be on. And
I need to double check.
Yeah. This is out, and you know, it's production ready, so go build stuff. Documentation is pretty solid from Microsoft and from us. And Alyssa, you're gonna like this. We put together some samples.
What number did you say? Sorry, I have a lemon seed in my mouth.
.NET is 6.0.300. That is the official SDK version.
I will work on that.
.NET. Yeah. So I wanted to show you this because, again, I've been doing this for a while. Here's where I keep some of my installers. Let's see, where is it? Documents, progress, okay? So check this out. This is how far back we go. So Telerik UI for MAUI 0.0.1 semantic versioning first came in. This was May or June of last year, right? And I've had every preview after that. So 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, all the way to 9.
So you've never cleared all your nuggets?
No.
What's the deal with that?
And these are not nuggets. And by the way, we don't say it nuggets, but you're welcome to.
I'm telling you, it's going to catch on. The .NET community is going to be all like hip with their nuggets,
It's new. You can be French. You can call it nougat, but it's nougat.
Nougat.
But no, these are not the nougats. These are the entire.
I only say that because there's a command you gave me that's called .NET nougat locals all clear, and I assumed this is what it would be clearing. Is that not true?
No, so because these are not just the nougat packages, these are the whole things. So if you look inside any one of these, so we put the binaries, we put the example apps, we put the extensions like Visual Studio extensions, we put some license agreements and some packages. So this is not just the nougat packages. The nougat packages are part of it.
That's exactly. So every night, if I'm cheating on my diet, I have these spicy nugs that I throw in the air fryer, and that's my cheat food. I know it's really weird. Sweets don't get me. Spicy nugs get me. So having the ability to be like, hey, did you download the nugs? Like for Microsoft, like that would be so cool. Why has no one else started this? Anyways, okay.
Don't get me started. And I'm sure Full Schnabel or Robert Tables have opinions about this, but
install some node tending. I can't. I love you all so much. I've missed you. Okay. So you're saying if I did run that clear command, it would not delete these packages though, because they're two separate.
No, it depends. If you have had those installed things, these are not packages. These are the whole product with the binaries, with everything included. This is not just the NuGet packages. So one thing you will notice is since you showed us the workload command, there are two things going on. And this is where the .NET community is a little split. So .NET MAUI chose to go with what's called workloads, which are essentially the pieces that the runtime needs to, start up your app. The bits that are needed for Android, for SDK, for iOS, and so on. And workloads are not quite versioned, while everything else in the .NET world is pretty much in the NuGet realm. So we get our dependencies from NuGet. So for all of our Telerik bits, it's all NuGet, and things are versioned nicely. So this is 1.0.0, which is the formal version that goes with .NET MAUI GA. Now, this is the one thing you will actually like, Alyssa, I'm hoping, because we put two apps in each of the app stores, iOS, Android, Windows, you name it. These are .NET MAUI sample apps, so you don't have to install anything. If you just want to play around with our UI, you can search for Telerik in the stores, and you're essentially going to get either this app or the crypto app. They're both sample apps that have some of our UI. Just to kind of get you going to, see some of our UI before you start putting it in your apps.
You download Telerik UI, do you get those examples or do you?
Yes. So these folders that I'm showing you, this is what you will get when you go in here and you say download the free trial, right? Or if you're like me, and I have like multiple accounts here, so bear with me for a second. This is not what I want to be. So I'm going to log out. And
I still have 6.0.202. So what do I run? What I just ran the workload update, but what other command am I supposed to be running?
Well, you need to grab .NET. If you don't have .NET, then go to .NET 6, search for that, and go to the download page.
I have .NET, but not the one I need.
Yeah. So you see that 605. This is where, naming is difficult for everybody. So this is the .NET version, .NET 6.0.5. That is the latest one. But the SDK version of that is actually 6.0.300. So just grab that macOS installer, either ARM or x64. And that'll get you the runtime. And then you
so there's a button thing, not a terminal thing. Is this required to be off of preview?
Yes. Okay. Because you need that runtime. Yeah. So do that. For our stuff, you can, if you have a subscription, you can just download it. This is your download center. So all of my Telerik bits will show up here. And if I go into...
You're going so fast!
Okay, let me slow down.
Accounts,
you need to
downloads.
log in.
Log.
Just log in to Telerik.com.
Telerik.com accounts downloads. Okay.
Yeah, and if you go into .NET MAUI, you're going to see the 1.0 release, which we give you the nupkeg, which is the NuGet file, if you need to, and then either the zip or the MSI. MSI is if you're on Windows, the zip if you are on Mac, so you can get the bits here. And there are multiple ways in which people get our bits. There's also like a control panel which lists out all of your Telerik or Fiddler or other products in one place, and then you can get the update there, or just use the NuGet packages. You don't need any of this if you don't like. But if you do go through with the installers, that's where you get this folder will be dropped somewhere that you choose, and that's going to have the control sample, the crypto tracker, the SDK app, and all of the binaries. Did I confuse you? Okay, multiple ways of getting it. Just say that. Okay. So
I am trying to find downloads. Hang on, I found it, and now I'm trying to find. There's so many products, Sam.
We're not looking at your screen. Do you want me to switch to your desktop?
You can, if that's helpful. I don't see Maui. Is that because I'm not eligible? I've got Xamarin. Where's Maui?
You're not special enough.
I'm not special enough. Well, seriously, what is going on? Do I have to search for it? I will search for it. Maui.
Do you have a DevCraft license? No.
I don't know.
You may not.
They told me. I was told from above that I had the license that I needed. Okay.
We'll fix it. Off stream. Essentially, we need to go into admin mode and just make sure that you have a DevCraft license.
Hold up. You have admin mode capabilities?
Some, not all. They don't trust me with everything.
Okay. So I'm gonna go download .NET, although it feels wrong to press a button when I could type in a command. But I'll press the button. I'm sure
there are ways. I'm sure there are ways to download the .NET runtimes command line. I just don't know.
Download .NET runtime command line. Do I have to specify Mac? I think so. Maybe. Yes.
So while you're doing that, let me show you some of the bits and what's going on. So first thing is, Alyssa, new tooling is here. So on Windows in particular, what I think CodeMonkey was saying, if you don't want to do command line, you don't have to, because if you update to on Windows, especially Visual Studio 17.3 and forward, it should include the mobile workloads, and then that will get you Maui, the runtime and everything, all of the templates, everything should be done. But same now applies to Visual Studio 2022 for Mac. This is, I think, still in preview. Definitely the .NET MAUI support is in preview, but most things are starting to work, so you can be pretty much visual only if you want. So check this out. I'm going to go start up a new project. Okay. And in here are my templates. These are the same templates that I see. Let's see, CodeMonkey is saying Mac will also include all the Maui bits. Yes, that's exactly what I'm showing you. Yes. So in here, now these templates, Alyssa, this is the same as if I go in here and if I do a .NET new, I think it's, just list, I think we'll do it. Yeah, so you see all of these templates come back. This is what I can do, .NET new Maui, .NET new Blazor, .NET new, web API.
You're saying I can get to those sample apps through the templates?
No.
I'm not what you're saying.
No, I'm saying Visual Studio gives you the same templates either on command line or visually, right? These are the same exact templates.
Okay, yeah. So this is what I'm used to looking at, what you're showing right now. So you're saying there's another more difficult way of doing this.
Look who's looking. Mr. Fritz
.NET new Maui? What is this? Oh, speedy style.
we need to make that Clip Talk app, Fritz. I don't know if you have already started, because I've been a little, not quite paying attention to the Twitchverse in the last week or so. But we need to get working on that.
Hey, Fritz, do you know the Mac command? Does Fritz use Mac?
Yes, sometimes.
Yeah,
maybe grudgingly.
Yes. Also, do you know the command line for updating your .NET MAUI? What is it called, Sam? SDK workloads? No, SDK.
Yeah.
No.
No. What you have is just fine. What I'm saying is just the .NET part of it. You may have to get it. So you see this .NET 6.
I don't want to click that button. I feel like there's got to be an easier way, Sam.
I don't know how to update .NET from command line.
Okay, I'm gonna keep searching. I will Google the foo. I was like reading through this Microsoft doc and it has a lot of information. Like maybe I have to use brew. I'm thinking
maybe.
It has this weird brew install mono libg dipless, and I'm like, that sounds nothing like .NET. And I feel like it should say brew install .NET. So that's where I'm a little like,
it's part of it now. This is what
it?
is, yeah. So the mono runtime, that's all part of .NET now. It's been integrated since .NET 6. So what is Amiga? I'm confused. I'm completely confused. Is that a different OS? All right. Anyways, so while you're doing that, what I was trying to get to is you can do command line. So as long as you have the .NET runtime, then you can do .NET workload update, and then you can do .NET workload install MAUI. That's going to get you all the MAUI bits and the workloads. And then you can get all the templates, which are the same ones that you have here in Visual Studio. Stranger things have happened. So this is where Xamarin templates used to show up in Visual Studio. They're still there, but now you got all the .NET MAUI stuff, which is MAUI app, class library, Blazor app, MAUI blank app, and Comet app is there. Maybe you don't see it unless you have some of the previews installed like I do. Comet is an experiment on top of .NET MAUI that lets you do C# with MVU style, which is very friendly to web devs, actually, especially if you're coming from like React. So if I start this up, it's going to ask for a name, and what should we call this? Cry for help. What's going on? You liking puns?
Oh no!
We're going to call this Stranger Things. Yeah. Okay. We're going to call this project Stranger Things, right?
Have you started watching? I couldn't. I was watching the recap last night, and I was like, "This is too heavy and too much brain power." I had to go to I was like, "Can we watch a cooking show or something non-committal?" Like
non-committal. Anyways, but this is the beautiful native Visual Studio 2022 for Mac. It's beautiful and it's fast. It's really fast now. So all of the things that we did with command line, they're all still there. You can open this up in VS Code. I have never watched Stranger Things. Neither have I. That makes 3 of us. Season 4 is so good. There's a lot of catching up to do.
Who's the third?
You, me, and Fritz.
I just haven't watched the latest season.
Oh, Fritz, I haven't watched any of it.
Any of it? Oh, boys, I'm so jealous because you've got a good journey ahead of you. It's good. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
You're gonna love it.
So all the things that we did with .NET New MAUI, opening this up in Visual Studio Code, there was an extension for it. Now it's all built in and nice in Visual Studio. It recognizes the app type and the configuration and the SDK. So it's all there. What is nice here is also it knows which are my platforms, my 4 platforms. Alyssa, did you know about this one?
Oh my gosh. Is this really it? I think Moke just gave it.
Yeah. That sounds like it. Oh my God. Go for it. At your own risk.
I will go try it right this minute.
You only heard it on the internet. What could go wrong? No, I think that sounds about right to update your .NET. But Alyssa, do you have a Samsung appliance at home, like a fridge or a TV?
Probably.
Do
you have this inventoried in your head? That's so weird that you would know what your appliances are.
Okay, fridge, maybe you shouldn't know, or air conditioning, you shouldn't know, but your TV, you should know what it is, what brand it is.
Why would I know what it is? It's a thing on the wall. It displays images. It does its job.
Now it can show you your own apps running on your TV. It's kind of fun to see your ugly UI. Cool. Yeah. Samsung, if you are using a Samsung like a Gear watch, that still uses Android, but for everything else, Samsung uses their own thing called Tizen, which is what runs their fridge, refrigerators, TVs, and a host of other appliances. As long as it has a screen, now you can run .NET MAUI apps on it, which is kind of funny.
Is it spelled like Tyson, like T-Y?
Tizen.
Okay.
Yeah. So all of your project or your platform support things are here, and it's nice and clean. And look at that! I can just like hit F5, hit run this right from here. So let's go do that actually. And then you'll notice that I also have this drop down menu here, because it recognizes that, hey, this is an iOS project. Android, I have to update my virtual manager, or that of all of the Android managers, and then you can deploy to Android right from here as well. Someone accidentally deployed my. Yeah, so
.NET-preview, but I don't need the preview version, right? In the other command he gave, it said .NET-preview, but I feel like we don't need preview. We just need the current version, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're going to have to ask for this SDK. So if there's an explicit way to ask for that SDK version, then just say 6.0.300.
Gotcha.
Now this one here, let's see. Oh, I'm getting messages, but that's fine. Xamarin had a thing where it was supported on your watch, your Android or iOS, watch devices, and .NET MAUI doesn't officially support that, but things are starting to work. So if you have a smartwatch, you can start tinkering around and trying to see if you can deploy a .NET MAUI app. Eventually, we will get there. So here is what is nice now. I have my Mac and my iOS targets right here. I don't have all of my Android SDKs in place, but if you do, that's going to show up right here. And I can just hit start from right here inside of Visual Studio with full debugging, and my .NET MAUI app just comes up, which is nice. So I'm not saying I'm going to give up on command line or VS Code, but this is just nice that it does work. But it's doing its first build, so it might be a little slower. Packages successfully restored, and so on. I'll be happy if you just make Apple Watch and iOS. Mac widgets in MAUI. Yes, it's coming, CodeMonkey. It's coming. Engineering is it's not cheap. It's not cheap for us. It's not cheap for. Oh, and my app deployed onto the other screen. So let me bring it in. There's my .NET MAUI app, GA running on a Mac. So what I was trying to say, CodeMonkey, yeah. Engineering is it's expensive, so even Microsoft has to go with the things that people build the most, and that's mobile and desktop, and then they're going to get to the other stuff like Linux and watches and all the other things. Linux supported, by the way, is already out for community, so you can start tinkering with it. So here's my Mac desktop application, and I can run this obviously on iOS, so things are nice. Here's the other thing to notice, Alyssa. I don't know if you're looking at my screen.
Yes.
If I can show you one more thing that has started working, and let me go into my preferences. And I didn't do the command, comma. That's our shortcut for, Mac. But in your Visual Studio preferences, you should have NuGet sources. Look, that's somewhere down here, sources. You see that? So this is how Visual Studio knows to reach out to those sources and get your dependencies. The sources can be your local machine or like a private hosted NuGet feed. All of that is possible, but these are the official feeds. So api.nuget.org, that's what pulls down any of the .NET dependencies, and then we have our Telerik feed as well. That's what gets you the Telerik bits. So as long as you have those two, you can pull down all of the things. So I can NuGet. Apparently.
Those are the spicy nugs.
Freestyle coder. Apparently, we have been saying it wrong. It's Nuget
all along. Yes.
Or nuggets.
Who was it with the node tendies comment? That person was just yes. And Moke, just by way, thank you for that website. I am downloading it now with Brew. You brilliant, brilliant
couldn't
man.
you have just clicked on the button? It's how difficult.
I could have, but you know what that would have been? That would have been called giving up.
Giving in. Okay, all right. You do command line. You do command line. Yeah.
No,
but
the big part is that I want to be able to like teach other people to do it. And for me, it's so much easier to be like, here's your update command for the nugs. Here's your update command for the SDK. Here's your, you know what I mean? Like versus like this website for that thing and this command for that thing. Like it's never too late to give up. Dang it. Thank you all.
So Alyssa is very enthusiastic about doing all in with command line, and when you get to native platform support and some of the things you have to do on devices and your things breaking, you will start appreciating IDEs a little bit.
Because like you're showing us all this really cool stuff in like the Visual Studio, and I feel like up until this point, the only thing I've needed Visual Studio for is to go ahead and get my Android simulator running, and then I can close it once the simulator's running, and then just start it, like override it with command line after that point. But I do see it is the happy path forward. It just is kind of a scary leap for me.
And keep in mind, nobody is taking a command line away. In fact, this might be a good segue. So let me do this. So if I look at Telerik UI for .NET MAUI 1.0, let's look at the crypto tracker app. Okay, and I'm just going to bring up Finder. Where's that? Services. Hold on. Why can't I not? Oh, I'm too far inside. Hold on. Examples, crypto app. Maybe
would not recommend though trying to open up some of these files with Vim. That was that was Sam was like, let's add this to it, and I'm like opening it up and I'm like, oh, why is it so many lines? Oh my word. So I would recommend having some sort of editor.
Yeah, so your .NET build commands, like once you get the bits, once you get .NET the runtime and .NET MAUI bits, you can still do this all day long. Nothing has been taken away. It's still a multi-targeted, project. So this one should pop up
Sam,
our
do
control
people,
sample.
Like on Windows, not really use command prompt? Is that like
no? Okay, and I say that with a pinch of salt. Some people do. If you're into PowerShell, like I know, like I think Freestyle Coder and some others will likely bark at me. There are some hardcore PowerShell users on Windows. But Visual Studio, you have to understand, for the last decade has been shielding .NET developers from command line. Like we don't even know that it exists because everything is visual. Behind the visual, it is command line, but we're just not used to using it on Windows because the tooling is so good.
I see. Okay. Because, it's pretty split, I feel like, in the JavaScript community. Like there are people who choose to use IDEs or editors that are bulkier. And there's quite a few people who still like doing things through command line. And so, I don't know, I just assumed it would be the same for the .NET community on the Windows side. So it's interesting.
Like someone in the chat said, like, whatever floats your goat, just make sure you're happy. Your goat is happy.
He said, Wuzzle? What's Wuzzle?
Wuzzle is Windows subsystem for Linux. That is a beautiful thing, actually, by the way, which lets you run Android apps through Linux on your Windows machine.
Oh, you can? Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Ooh, okay, hang on. I got to write a sticky note because I'm going to make you come on and teach me Whizzle.
Just don't get our good friend Ed to talk about this because to get Whizzle? No, he doesn't hate Whizzle. He hates Windows 11 because you need to be on Windows 11 to get the Windows subsystem.
Are we not all on Windows 11? I would have no idea what Windows I'm on. Is Windows 11 the latest one?
Yeah. Wait a second. That's not WSL. That's WSA. Oh, wait. So SMAB UK isn't WSA for Android kind of riding on Linux? Or maybe not.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Hold. Am I not writing Wuzzle on the sticky note? I need to know.
You can write Because
I want to learn how to do what you just said. I can just write Wuzzle.
Okay, two things. WSL is Windows Subsystem for Linux, and WSA is Windows Subsystem for Android. Okay.
Oh,
and,
okay.
And apparently, Foolsnapper is saying WSL works on Windows 10. but perhaps not the Android parts. I don't know if I haven't tried enough, but it's not available outside the US yet. Okay. So I mean, I always felt they were kind of interchangeable because the Android, subsystem, I felt it needed WSL, but maybe not. Maybe WSA is good by itself.
You know how I can run like an Android simulator on my Mac and I can see the Android app that I just made? You're saying I can't do that on my Windows? Why would I be able to do that on my Mac but not my Windows? Windows is more open than Mac.
No, you can, but you have to understand that Android simulators have had a history where you hit F5 or you fire off a build, then you have to go get coffee or make an elaborate breakfast because it takes like an ages to come up. The emulator is just slow, which is why people use like Genymotion or other types of simulators, but this thing is fast because it's running on Windows like natively.
Oh, okay. Hang on. I'm going to make a note of this. It's a substitute for the emulator.
Yes. It's just a faster substitute.
Oh, my God. That makes much more sense. Okay. Thank you. Faster. You guys are all so smart. I just honestly assumed we all just like waiting. And so I'm like.
So CodeMonkey is talking about
Windows subsystem for iOS. Oh, is that so that we can run Apple devices on the Windows or like the simulators for it?
I feel.
Why are you making that face, Sam?
Hold on for a second. So, these are Apple has big lawyers, which is why nobody. Sorry, I'm getting a phone call.
Big lawyers.
Yeah, because like Apple doesn't like you to run their stuff on every platform.
You totally did.
Yeah.
He said it was a joke, and I'm sorry that I got your hopes up. You did get my hopes up.
No, it's a thing. So now, okay, hold on. Keep in mind, you can run iOS on Windows. There is a thing called the iOS simulator, right? You know this, folks? This one here is called the iOS.
I'm writing this down.
Windows
iOS
simulator. Now, they probably don't have this working on .NET MAUI yet, but this was a thing for Xamarin. So, but again, it is not doing anything remarkable. What it's doing is it's just you still need to have Xcode. You still need to
so rude, Sam.
I know, but it's just literally streaming what the iOS simulator is showing. So you don't have to look at iOS or the Mac side of things.
Okay.
Remote iOS simulator for Windows. What is that?
.NET version. We should all be amazed. Do you want to see? You want to see what happened?
What happened? You got. Hold on. This comment is hitting it. Okay, you got to 300. Yeah. There you go.
Moke was all like, "Hey, you should check out this homebrew website," and then I did, and it had the command, which I ran, and it's all the way up here. Yes.
Nice.
But brew install cask.net SDK. Oh my God, you just changed my life. Now I don't ever have to go to that Windows website to click install. That's all.
Good stuff. Yeah. So
use cursive fonts. Oh, okay. So that is also intimidating. I think, Sam, you've got cursive fonts, don't you? And I'm like, every time I see that, I kind of start hyperventilating. I'm like, look at how cool this person is.
It's not comic sense, at least, right? So there is this thing, by the way. So if you're on a Windows machine, now nobody can get you around not having a Mac. That is an Apple restriction. Apple has big lawyers, okay? So you have to have a Mac because these are native app packages that we are building. It has to go talk to Xcode and do the build for you. But a lot of people will throw like a Mac Mini on their network somewhere and kind of keep it headless, so you don't essentially have to switch from your Windows machine and look at the Mac side. You can hit F5 from Visual Studio, and this thing comes up. It's essentially on your Windows machine, but it is streaming what the iOS simulator is showing on the Mac, if that makes sense. Yes? This is only if you're on Windows.
All right, sometimes I have to write things down, Sam. It's needed.
All right.
People need to write things down. Okay. Yep.
So what I was trying to show you was back on terminal, I can still do my .NET builds. And this is one of the apps that we threw out onto the App Store, Alyssa. So you can search for Telerik UI and, all of our UI, the grids, the charts, the, the gauges, the list pickers, and they're all there, right? So that's one. And then we also have a QSF app that we throw in, but then there's this thing which I don't know if you have seen. It's called the crypto tracker, because apparently crypto is a thing or used to be a thing.
Yeah,
this one's
we have that one for our Kendo UI for Angular, actually. And my friend on the team, he always tells people, this is not up-to-date information. Please do not do trading based on this demo app's crypto information.
Do not do that. But this is just all sample data. Where is it? So here's the crypto tracker. And notice now it says, hey, you're using a trial version, which is fine. But this app is, again, an interesting way of presenting this, because what it shows you is all of these, cryptocurrencies. Here's the Dogecoin, which thankfully Ed is not here, so he cannot complain about Dogecoin. And
he hates
Elon Musk anymore. He hates Dogecoin.
What's wrong with Dogecoin? It's
he
cute
hates everything Elon Musk does.
Did you say he hates everything? Oh, okay.
Maybe that's a statement. Like if you want to take away anything from this stream, is Ed hates everything.
He just hates everything.
But this is a crypto app, and if you run this app actually on your iOS, this one's running on Mac. So on iOS, you get a different feel. Actually, let me.
It's not working though. Like in our app, like it's like constantly changing numbers.
Oh no,
like
this one is just no. This one's super simple. It's actually just reading. Where's my iOS build? There's an iOS build. So same exact.
What are these people saying? They're talking about Web 4 and then also Web 1 and then also Edgy, and I don't know what people are talking about. Do you know what they're talking about?
I don't know. Freestyle Coder. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So I do have 6.0.3.
Yeah.
But other than the SDK and the workloads, is there like a third install I have to do?
No, we can switch to your machine. But give me a second to see if this build will work. Because it's
I really wanted to include a button today, but you're saying I'm not going to be able to include a button today?
You can do a button. Let's see. I got 20 minutes before my cracking.
Well, I can't though, because I don't have the permissions. Hot dog on a stick.
Oh, well, you can do with the trial. You can do.
Would that screw up my account though if I sign up for a trial with it?
No. Nothing.
No. I just imagine all these permissions and they're all like hairy and like.
Oh, Foolish Sam is saying Web3 is the NFT crypto. Now we're bringing an NFT into the game.
Wait, Sam, let me guess. Ed hates NFTs.
Probably. Jokes are best when they're explained. Yeah, see, we're not that smart. Don't make NFT jokes; it'll be lost on us.
I know. I thought NFTs sounded really cool, but everybody seems to hate them. I don't know. I was like, that sounds fun, and then everyone's like, "Brr." I'm very easy to please, though. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Oh, so is it running? Hang on, I've got a Roomba's coming. Yeah. 1 sec.
So here's the same crypto app that I was running on a Mac, and you can notice that we realize which platform that you're running on. Now, if I go to Dogecoin here, because I'm on iOS, now it's kind of a master detail page. So it's kind of broken out because this is meant for smaller devices with not as much screen real estate. So we kind of break it down. So you have a list view and then a detail page that shows you. So again, same app, and this is the trend that you're going to see all over. Like the grid, we have had to re-engineer the grid so it works seamlessly on mobile, and then also for Windows or Mac. So what I was trying to show you, Alyssa, is you can do all of those downloads, or you can just do this. If you start up a new Maui project, you can just go to Manage NuGet Resources down here. If I can zoom in, you see that package source. I can go to NuGet or NuGet, or I can go to the Telerik feed, which hosts all of our stuff. And then I can just search for Maui, and there it is, Telerik UI for Maui. 1 click, install, and you got all the bits right there. So, however you get your dependencies, whatever floats your goat, do it.
Okay, I am going to go do a trial, I think. As long as I really don't want to, break the world.
Why don't we switch to your screen? It's not that bad.
Share,
do you want
add
me to
stream?
Yeah,
I'm going to go away from here, and I need to go somewhere, and I don't know where to go.
close this browser, or not this browser, like not the tab that you and me are on, but just on a fresh tab of a browser, just go to Telerik.com.
Telerik.com. You got to sing it. It's so exciting. It must be sang. This one.
All right.
Get a free trial.
Go to no. Yeah, and that's fine. Yeah, go download the free trial. Oops. That's it. No, it's fine. You're doing it.
I did it.
Hold on. Let me move this window over so I can look at you straight and not
download
on my
an
other
MSI
machine.
installer for Windows.
I
didn't tell it I was on a Mac. Are you worried?
No, it's downloading a PKG, so you're fine. We identified that you're on a Mac. You're good. We are smart. All right, now it's done.
This pleases me, Sam.
Yeah, we know. On Windows, we'll give you the MSI.
Wow, I like that. Why can't everyone do that? Like this one, or not this one, the one that you have to go to install the latest .NET. Can't you just? Don't you just know? Can't you just?
This will be so classic if Fritz was on board. Like we could shout at him, "Can't you recognize that I'm on a Mac? Don't even show me anything Windows."
Thank you. If Telerik can do it, you can do it, Microsoft. I love you all.
I am. Our chat room is off on a thing that I cannot even explain. Like we are talking subprime mortgages and ML-driven NFTs and crypto scams. What are you doing to us?
I'm showing everybody this in case they want to get away from IDEs. There you are. It is beautiful. Moke code showed me it. I'm like opening this, but I don't actually know if it's opening, and I don't.
No, I know exactly what's going on.
It can't be open because Apple cannot check for malicious software. So I have to go to like settings or some such nonsense. Okay.
Yes.
I can do this. System.
Hello, Aztec Consulting. Good to see you.
System preferences. It sounds like my Roomba is killing, like actually murdering someone in my living room. It's probably fine.
All right, security and privacy.
God. I'm going to type in security.
Towards the right.
And privacy. I found it. Not with the use of search. No.
Yep. Now go into not here. Go into general. The general tab.
Go back here.
Yep, the general tab, not on privacy settings.
General tab. This one?
No. Go back into security and privacy. Go back into security and privacy. There are 4 tabs up top. Yes, thank you. Now just say open anyway.
Oh God, I love you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Sometimes my brain's just like.
All right. Now make note of where you're installing this. Okay.
Oh no, I did not make any note.
No, it's going to ask you. It's going to ask you.
Okay. Because I was just like, yep, do that.
Or maybe that already passed. So we'll find it. We'll find it.
Poor Sam.
There is.
I like never read those pop-ups. I'm like install.
You're too quick. There's a default place. It's in your your user directory. There is a documents folder, and I like this. See, once we're done with the installer, throw the installer into the trash because we don't need that anymore. I wish everybody would do that. And then we also open up this page, which you don't need, and I get the complaint.
What did it open with? Safari?
It's just throwing up a link and going to your default thing.
Why did it open Safari? That's funny.
Okay, we're just thanking you. That's all. That's all. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Right there. Oh yeah, you're actually using bits that are one ahead of me. You're using 1.0.1.
Hopefully nothing explodes, man.
All right, so go into your examples folder. You can see 3 apps. I already ran the crypto app and I ran the SDK control sample. Maybe you can start with the, I ran the control sample and I ran the crypto. You start with the SDK. So go into the SDK folder.
How do I do that?
What do you mean do that? Like run it?
Yeah, like do you want me to like CD into it with my terminal and then
Right, yeah, exactly. Or you can just open up the solution in Visual Studio if you had it, but you can also CD into it because you're command line.
I mean, I think I have it. Hang on. I'm going to do this your way real quick. Visual Studio, you want which one? This one. That one. This one.
No. Hold on. Visual Studio for preview, yep. But you may not have the latest bits then we can just do command line. Visual Studio Code is fine.
Is it hard to get the latest bits of Visual Studio?
No, but it's just a bigger install.
Okay, can you show me the install? That way I can have that going.
Are you willing to go to another web page?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Well, I thought it would be through here, though. Isn't there like a file?
No, actually, it is here. Hold on. Just go to Visual Studio menu and then check for updates.
Check for
updates. Look at that.
Yeah.
And you're on the stable channel. The preview will show you.
I don't know why, but it's like taking a hot
so it's
second.
downloading.
Oh, hey, it's downloading.
Things.
It's downloading stuff. What is it downloading?
Yeah. All the bits.
Is that good?
So,
are we happy?
Yeah, no, you should. It'll see that you already had your .NET. Yeah, you do the group, cask install, so you already have .NET, but it's getting all of the other things. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I want to go real quick here and go to, where is it, Sam? It's like in examples inside of.
It's in your user directory.
Progress?
Yeah, it's. You should have given.
Can I move it? Does it have to stay here?
No,
I'm going to copy and move it.
Yeah.
Option, drag it over to development. Plop.
Firefox.
And it was
Using
called
Firefox.
No, who's using Firefox? I'm using Chrome. Fuel is?
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord, you're taking 12 years. Is it that chunky of an app?
No, but it has some of the runtime pieces in it. No, it's not.
And you're sure nothing's going to break because I removed it from the folder that it was in?
we don't know. It might. Somebody was, we are expecting explosions. We'll see.
I'm fine with it.
Did you have
we're
to
gonna go
move a
ahead
folder?
and...
It was sitting pretty. You just had to move bits and.
Okay, well, we can try to find the original one. I technically didn't move a folder. I copied a folder into my development directory, but we can try to find that one while it's copying. I'm in user, and then it's like in progress, which I didn't even know. Nope, not projects. Progress. Is that? It's not a thing. See, I don't know flipping where this is. Let's go back.
Go back. You had Finder open. It's right there. It's in your user directory.
Nope, don't see it. Where?
Right there. It says progress. Under
lowercase?
No, that's not the thing at all. Okay,
so
go back to your user directory. Where did you install this thing? Go to Alyssa.
Oh, wait, can I just go back? Yeah, there we go. So it's in progress. It is a capital P progress, but where in documents? Is that where I am? No.
Yeah.
Yes. Who knew documents even existed?
Yeah. Are you sure you didn't move the file, did you?
No, I copied it. We're about to see it.
There's little progress on the stream.
Wow. Funny. Is it in packages?
No, examples. No. So these are all, hold on for a second. You see those nup kegs? We call them nup kegs. These are the NuGet files. So you can either pull them down from the NuGet server. So you see those files with the extension NUPKG. Those are NuGet packages. So you can either pull them down from NuGet server, or this one here, we just dump the files in there because it's an installer. All right, where are you at? .NET Build. Yeah, go for it. What could go wrong? No. You do not have the MAUI Android. All right. So do the sudo .NET workload. Workload. Nope. .NET workload install MAUI.
Workload.
I thought you did all the workload installs. Yeah, but do it again.
I did do it, but then after I did it, I updated the SDK. Maybe it was because I didn't do it in the right order.
Yeah.
Sounded like Roomba was murdering someone.
You don't have like a small creature, right, on the floor? I got 9 more minutes before
you gotta run. My husband was saying in a maniacal voice, it was just cleaning up. Okay, so this is installing. I also have this installing, and then which it seems to be done. Updates are downloading. You can choose a blah 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 blah. Okay. But so after I do that,
yeah, you should be able to run it.
I know. I think I do. I think so. I'm going to remove this real quick. So I think at this point, I'm going to, once I have the bits, I'm going to practice making apps and then including. So now that I'm like on a trial, usually for like Kendo UI for Angular, I can then go and npm install, let's say like buttons, our buttons package, and that would give me access to like our 7 button components. And then I could be like, you know, Kendo dash drop down in the HTML, and then I could see the drop down and I could use it and it was there. But this is kind of a weird workflow because I downloaded a trial. So is it the same kind of thing? Like, what does a girl do to get herself a button?
You don't do anything. It's in there. So what you're asking is, so if you look at our Xamarin NuGet packages, because this is kind of where it started, right? So that is broken up into, I think, 12 different NuGet packages, because we have one for visuals, one for inputs. So there's no, like, unlike NPM, there's not a thing that you get just to get a button. It's all, you already have it in one DLL, but it's big DLL right now. So we haven't.
So I have it, but it's not necessarily like, let's say I make a new MAUI app. That DLL is like over off in some examples thing. Do I need to like get it into my MAUI app, or is it just going to point to that on my machine? What
you can do one of two things. You can copy over the binaries from the installer onto your new project.
Okay.
Or
that sounds hacky. What's the proper way?
The proper way is to, the proper way is to bring it down through a NuGet package. So let NuGet restore it for you, just the way you do .NET restore. So it's going to go, you need to add that dependency in your CS proj. Then every time you do a build, it's going to go get the fresh bits or your version bits. So you should be up and running. So what you're getting to is right now, it's just one NuGet package. We have not broken this out. This is very new as of like last week. Eventually, we're going to break this down into multiple NuGet packages, so you don't have to do the tree shaking. And we are careful. Like if you build a .NET MAUI project and if you just use like one component, we don't give you all of the other components because we have to be careful about the package sizes. We only give you the one that you need. But even the NuGet packages, you don't need to get the whole thing. Eventually, you can just say, give me an input controls, or give me just the grid, or give me just the charts, things like that.
You said I need to add the dependency to the CS proj, and then I need to be like .NET restore, and that's going to go get the nugs? No, not
the nugs. Wait, yes. You can do a .NET restore, or you can just do a .NET build. It will do the restore as part of the build.
Oh, well then who's running .NET restore? We've got to build anyways.
Exactly. If something fails, it's going to complain.
It's going to complain. It always complains, Sam. Okay, I want to, do you have one of those example projects still up? I just wanted you to show me what that dependency line looks like since I'm still new to CS proj.
All right, hold on. I moved my things over.
I might have it somewhere also because I have the package. I just don't know. Oh, installed successfully. Doodly-doo. Net build.
Hold on. Right. Oops. Where is it? Oh, I actually did not get the packages here, but I can show you. Let's go to this one. Here's it. Yeah. So in your, oops, sorry, too big. In your CS proj, whichever project that you're working on, in your CS proj, you have to have an item group and a package reference. You're going to say Telerik UI for MAUI, and then don't do 6.0 like I do. You just do 1.0.1.
Oh, hang on. I'm taking a screenshot of this. And then also Mab said that you can do use .NET add in the command line too. So
exactly. So that if you do a .NET add, it's just going to add that line in your CS proj. See?
Okay. I love that. I am so excited to try this.
See, .NET folks
are you worried about this though?
Worried about what?
Maybe it's because I keep trying to start it on .NET 6.0. Do I need to stay 6. What was it, 0.3?
Should be automatic, but we can figure out what's going on, but you should have all the bits right now.
That's what I was thinking. But what's the easiest run? It's like since I'm on Mac, it's like for Catalyst. Is that going to be the easiest one to run?
No,
I just wanted to see if I could build it, like .NET build anything dash. Android, no. iOS, yeah, because you think it's me saying .NET 6.0 is fine? You don't think that's the problem here?
No, it is .NET 6 that you're building on, so it doesn't care about that thing.
Doesn't care.
Okay. No, because this is essentially a string. You're looking at your CS proj and you're trying to build to that certain target framework moniker. You can call it whatever, like Alyssa's MAUI app. It doesn't care. It's whatever it's in the CS proj that it cares about. Like, which exact framework should I build it for?
Oh, I see. Okay. This one's
so hopefully you see that .NET folks are not that bad. We still let you do command line stuff. You can get .NET from command line. Looks like you're doing better here. It's at least yellow. And looks like it's done. It's building.
Wait, it is? That's what it's doing?
We're not that bad.
Oh, I'm so excited.
We might be a little old and grumpy, but we're not that bad.
I cannot wait. Okay, so yes, I am going to be doing a product demo at VS Live in Austin in 2 weeks. And it's going to be my first ever product demo. Like, I have done talks before where I taught, Kendo UI for Angular, but I've never done like a specific, we want you to come and tell us about this product only and not teach us other things. Like, that's weird for me. So when one is highlighting .NET MAUI and Telerik UI in all of its glory, are there like, hey, don't forget to talk about the grid? I don't know. Like,
okay.
If I talk about buttons for 15 minutes, I feel like people are being angry.
No, pull up a browser, because I did not know this thing that you said. Yeah. Do a search.
Search
for VS Live Austin.
Austin. But he's bumping and bumping and bumping and bumping and bumping.
You got it. Very cool.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Where's the buttons? Where's the buttons? Checkbox. That's not a button. That was a button. Oh my god! Look, it's a button and it works. Oh my god!
And no, freestyle F# does not work yet, but it will someday, soon.
Is this what you want? Is this what you're pondering with your life? Why is it so? Oh, there it goes. It's like, what's not happening?
Aztec Consulting were apparently nearby. Okay, so go into, because I don't know if you knew this, go into the conference menu up on top, and then speakers.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Speakers.
Okay, up on top, it has home, why attend, pricing, conference. Right next to it. Speakers, yeah.
This one?
Yeah, see if you can identify a face.
It's Sam.
Yeah, because I didn't know that you were going to come to Austin. So
I didn't know you were going. I know. Yeah. They asked. So it was so funny how it happened. They were like, hey, can you come to VS Live and help out? Like, it was super last minute. And I was like, yeah. I'm like, well, first of all, they were asking if I could drive. And for those of you who know, Texas is like big. So I was like, I do touch the state, but that would be quite the drive for me. So I'm flying out. I'm going to help with the booth. But then I like found out last minute. They're like, oh, and can you do a product demo? I was like, yeah, I can show off Angular stuff in a heartbeat. And they were like, no, this is more .NET focused. And I was like, it is? Is that true? Is it .NET focused? They didn't mess that up, right? Like, it's okay, cool. I was like, oh God.
I'll be there. We can do it together. And yeah, Texas says VB, full snap.
What about VB?
No VB love yet. Because again, you have to look at the 4 people on Earth. No, I'm messing with you. More than 4 people do VB. Don't forget to take your, because like our Twitch is blocking the message here. Don't forget to take your nuggets to Austin. I will allow that because that's funny.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm so excited.
We will pull down nuggets in Austin. How about that?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
well, cool. I'm so glad you'll be there. That is a huge wait because I am going to show off what I know about it, and then you can cover the 99% that I left off.
No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Oh, well, fun. We'll be in Texas together 2 weeks. If you all are coming, well, shout out, come hang out. It'll be fun.
All right, so exciting times. .NET MAUI is out of the door. They are not going to stop the the release cadence is not going to slow down. It's still going to be about once a month. And poor VB devs, all 4 of them.
97.5. Too kind. That was funny.
Yeah, VB. I mean, there is still a lot of VB love within Microsoft, but it's diminishing returns at this point. But who am I to know? VB is pretty sweet. Yeah, it is. It is pretty sweet. I started with VB. Not even VB.NET, VB6. So it kind of tells you how old I am. But I'm guessing so is Full Schnabel and Freestyle Coder. So who am I preaching to?
Yeah, Portugal is far from Texas. I can concur. Yeah. Texas is far from Texas, so I bet. Oh, well, thank you. I know you have a hard deadline or a hard cutoff. Yeah. I started with B.
Predates VB, clearly.
Oh, this was an amazing episode. I'm really pumped. I'm going to be traveling the next 2 Tuesdays. But maybe I can convince this crazy critter to do something live with me from VS Live. That might be fun. Just jump on stream real quick and say hi to everybody and show backstage. I've wanted to stream to Twitch on like a portable device. So if I feel like I can just do that from my phone, and it might be horrendous, but
no, I have a nice holder. Our phone cameras are amazing, by the way, and I have nice podcasting microphones, so I'll bring them along.
Okay. Yeah, Aztec says do it. So I'm going to plan on it. I'm going to put it on my calendar so I don't forget. And it might be at a different time. But tune in 2 Tuesdays from now to see VS Live behind the scenes. It'll be fun. It'll be good stuff. Bye, everybody.